I'm not going to lie to you all. It's about 3:30 a.m. and I am desperately running out of time to record this video. So what better time to do another sketchbook tour? Something I don't think I've done in about a year. We last left off at sketchbook number 12, which means this must be lucky number 13. And what an interesting sketchbook this was. I mean, right from the cover. This is completely unaltered. It came like this from a Hobby Lobby. Very nice to see inclusion of people with eye patches and funny little mustaches. This sketchbook was from a time when I was working at Dankrite, and as such, most of the drawings are work-related in some way. I shouldn't say most of the drawings. This was something kind of work-related. Something my sister wanted drawn. And then this was based on a dream I had. This large red obelisk in the middle of the ocean, which it was very weird, ominous almost. It was made of stone, it was craggly and bumpy, kind of spongy looking. Very strange. This is a character you've probably seen. And you've also probably seen some of the tarot cards I made. Probably not these ones. These ones, I think, were never shown off, but I believe this was the Four of Cups, Two of Somethings, I don't remember. I ended up rejecting most of these. They didn't really fit with the style of everything else. This is an interesting one. I noticed this sketchbook has a lot of figure studies, and a lot of good figure studies too. I'm pretty happy with this one, considering I don't think I actually used a reference photo. Nice butt. And this is Durg. He's a character that I posted online, but he originated as a work character. At Dankrite, we were having a D&D campaign. See, there's his full name, Durg Dyer. That's what he was gonna look like. We were having a D&D campaign that we were going to record and edit, and we did record it. We recorded about 4 or 5 episodes maybe before we eventually... Hey look, there's the pink knight I ended up elaborating on later. We ended up not finishing the editing process because the company went under at that time. I love this Wallace and Gromit drawing. I'm very, very pleased with those. I should draw those 2 more often. It's a saucy looking Grinch right there also. Some more armors and whatnot. Look, there's Wayne and Sam Snosa. Oh, here's the part where it gets confusing. There's gonna be a lot of turning sideways for this one. Some buff dudes, someone else. And this is arm practice. You can see an arm with another arm here, and then I filled it in with all these little markings because I thought it would be interesting. More arm practice, and a little frog, plus a poster from Dankrite. We printed out a bunch of these, and I think we set them up around town, and I think I have about 15 of them now. Oh, here we go though. Pose reference, and a bunch more frogs. I don't remember why I was drawing so many frogs. I particularly like this one and this one, although this one kind of gets me also. I should draw more goofy little frogs, I think. Ooh, Agent Dale Cooper, very nice. As well as what appears to be the first Doctor, I think. I had gotten these wax crayon things from Marlin, and I've been eager to use them out, and I do a few times throughout here. I'm not even gonna bother to turn it sideways. It's kind of like a landscape, and then there's a figure study with a bunch of color tests. This is the point where I started to do more figure studies from reference, because I realized that I was not improving very well when it comes to anatomy. Here's a cool landscape from a dream. It was full of all these little moving fans and bits. I wish I could have illustrated it better. I feel like I could do better now. There's the Sampsons as they've always looked. I think I need to turn up the contrast on these a little bit. Here, wait. Does that help? That probably helps a little bit. This was another dream where I was atop this tree and there was a massive robot thing in the background that just took up everything. Ridiculous. I like the anatomy on this one. This is a character from that canceled Dinosaur Planet game. I don't know, was that The one that turned into Star Fox Adventures, that I think is a good game. I never actually played it. These were some characters I was working on. This thing's gouache, or gesso, this thing's like thick on there. I really started to do these like mechanical faces, which were just large spreadsheets of people. I like this guy. Some more faces. This one's a little more demented. Look at the nose guy right here. Also, that skull's freaky. I like that mask. Speaking of skulls, there's a terrible Scully I did in like a minute. I was challenged to draw a person in a minute. I have no excuses for these. These just look awful. I shouldn't say that. I know I shouldn't say that. I know it's a thing that's not very nice to say. There's Craig Warwick. I love him. He's a customizer. He's fantastic. He's one of my favorite YouTubers and content creators. This one's interesting. This was based on a dream that I had. And I did write down a summary right here that you probably can't see, but I'll read it for you anyways. I was in a neighborhood. The sky was overcast. The sky was overcast, a soft gray blue. The houses were constructed to be right next to one another. Each was small, no more than 15 by 10 by 12 feet. They only were about 3 feet from each other. Behind them was about an acre of unused land, centered behind their wall-like circumference. At the end of one of the blocks was a woman. She departed as I noticed her. So I did this kind of triptych-ish thing. This folds out, and the buildings start connected. Then actually you get to look down this alley as I was looking down it. There's a woman standing right here in the center, all the way down at that far end. It's very weird. I don't know who she was. I guess dreams don't always make sense. Damn, Fred, you're thick from the front, man. This is a Goop Monster. There's Scrap Dap Dupe. A bunch of other people. Amber and Mia helped me draw this. There's the Scrooby Gang. Most of these are half finished. I should have called this the half-baked sketchbook. Bunch of reference photos, some not reference, some faces, people, half-finished reference photos. There's my little Twitter icon guy. This is what he looks like in full. He's like a magician, you know? He's got the little whimsical fairy hat. And, there's an egg. What's not to love? You've probably seen this one also. You've also probably never seen this. This was for a thing for Dank, right? Where we were trying to come up with a fashion line. And so I wrote down all this stuff about hype culture in my research and trying to find ways to subvert it. It turns out you really can't. Or at least I couldn't find a way. If you're selling stuff and you're selling out, then you're just kind of selling out, and that's the bottom line. This guy I like a lot. I think I ended up naming him Charles. I did not elaborate on him any further, though. These were almost like some Althea type designs, although this was way after Althea was actually done being created. I like this guy. I wrote a note here, Moai Kava Kava, which Moai are what the Easter Island heads are called, and Kava Kava are Rapa Nui small sculptures, kind of like miniature versions of the Moai. The Rapa Nui people are very interesting. I highly recommend researching them. But yeah, this was an Easter Island type character that I never ended up finalizing. Went through a lot of designs though. Here is the one I did in that Jack Stelber video, which needs really no introduction, just go watch the video. Here's some of those little cool things that you put the pencil in a gear and it'll like twist. And then here's another one of the Moai dude. As well as that little van I drew and some Garfields. Some of my favorite Garfields I've drawn. This says there is no feeling greater, which I don't know what that's. I think that was part of like a card that I drew in here. I don't know. I like those Garfields though. I like I like these Garfields. I like that one. And that one. I like his face. I should draw more Garfields. I like trying to stylize him, seeing how far you can push that character and still have him retain the essence of Garfield. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, chicken strips. Meg drew that. This definitely looks like a bar drawing. There's definitely some drawings that are done in bars, and that looks like one of them. As do these. Oh, look it. There's JR, who's unfortunately no longer with us, and Oscar, who is still with us. And he's about 19 years old at the time of recording this. He's either 18 or 19, we can't figure out. We have a rough estimate. I like this figure study. It's not accurate, but I like that weird half cut off head thing. And then we've got some stuff I never finished. This was just a copy of a shot from Angel's Egg, which is a fantastic anime, one of my favorite movies that I discovered during this year. And you can see, because I drew the boy and the girl, and he's probably a representation of Christ, and she's, I don't know, but she becomes the angel, and she's got the egg, I think. That might be what it means. Ooh. Do I want to talk about this character? I kind of want to talk. So, I won't say much, but when we were working on Dankrite, we had a lot of ideas for characters that were in the future, that didn't get to even be seen in previews, right? This is one such character, which we were going to introduce later on. I can't say much else. I kind of like this pose, though. I don't remember where the reference photo came from. I think it was from Pinterest, but I think I kind of got it right. Some more designs of this character, which I cannot speak of. And then, leg-looking thing. I guess I was into legs at the time. Who isn't, though? Who doesn't like legs? Most people got them. Most people use them. I do not remember this actress's name. She's the actress in Metropolis. And, yeah. Bridget something? Bridget, perhaps? I think it's Bridget something. Although I'm not sure. You guys remember this one. I drew this one on here. It's now held in my sketchbook with copper wires. Yeah, copper wires. Here's some weird robots I did. I'm sure you all remember that as well. I also did a time-lapse of that, where I experimented with audio design for the first time, and it was fun. Anatomy stuff, part of a person. Cobb salad, Godzilla vs. Kong. What a movie that was. Certainly things happened in it. This was a weird character design I never finished that I found this design in an old sketchbook from when I was like 15 and wanted to redo it. It says, Nolan, I am sad for you. This is because Daft Punk broke up. Trey and Megan drew a crying version of myself because, or maybe it was them, because Daft Punk broke up and I was all broken up about it. See, this was the same day they broke up. I drew a pretty good, Guy Manuel, but not such a good Thomas Bangalter. He kind of looks like he's seen God or something too many times. This was a challenge to draw a weird ocean creature, so I drew a giant squid mixed with a spider, an ocean spider, a sea spider, which if you have not seen, they are unholy. I don't really hate any animals, but they are uncanny to some degree I just cannot really comprehend. Ooh, I like this. Kind of like this drawing of Garf. That Callum too, look, he's all like chiseled. That Garf looks cool though, he's really angular. I wish I'd gone with a style more like this for Dankrite. If we had a bigger studio behind it, I feel like this would have been a cool style to have. Here's a person and a downward person, and I have no idea what that is. He looks pissed off. And we're coming up on the end now, but here's a bunch of Tron faces, because I was really into Tron Tron Uprising. Well, Tron Legacy and Tron Uprising at the time, so I was drawing Tron's face a lot, because I liked the stylization in that show. This one looks like Shrek a little bit. If Shrek was like lean and handsome, you know? or more lean and handsome. My bad. This guy also looks like Shrek, but not in the sexy way so much. He's got a cool hat though. I don't know what this would be, but I like this like Art Nouveau mixed with. Okay, that's the only art term I know. Okay, now sue me. Whatever. Here's some doodles I cannot decipher. This says Blelson. That's probably my brother Kelson. Some faces. Some people. Oh, here we go. This is a challenge to just draw a person from behind, as well as an entire Gold Spot Pens magazine. I think this one I got with my Peter pen, which is a great little fountain pen. Highly recommended if he releases more. Here's another like ink collage. I used to do these a lot where I would just fill a page with doodles. I feel like it was healthy. It was a healthy exercise. You just let your mind run free, you know. Very useful tool. And final page, what will it be? It is that one drawing I did of the church interior, which, it's fine. I wish there was a more climactic way to end this sketchbook. I mean, here's like a little shark guy. Yeah. I wish this ended on a higher note, but, you know what they say about disappointing endings. Oh, also, until next time, I guess.